Next to face the dragons is former schoolteacher turned entrepreneur, James Holmes.
I think the den is going to be my trickiest classroom yet. I don't know whether the dragons and the class is going to be something I'm going to be able to handle or not. Only time will tell.
James has come up with a product which he believes will give teachers more time to actually teach. But will his work earn him a gold star in the den?
Hello Dragons, my name is James Holmes and I'm here today asking for a £20,000 investment for 5% share in my company, Marking Solutions Limited. I've been a teacher for around 7 years and there's nothing I like more than being in the classroom with the children, but like many others found that my workload meant I was focusing more on paperwork than I was on my class. I started researching ways to speed up my marking and couldn't find anything, so I started to develop my own solution. MarkMate is a revolutionary new tool that allows teachers to leave written, personalised feedback in books in a fraction of the time. By using a combination of dictation and label printing, teachers are able to mark 30 books in around 30 minutes, cutting the average teacher's workload in half while allowing you to collect important assessment data every time that you mark. I'd like to give you a little demonstration and show you how that might look in the classroom. I'm really impressed by the way you've been able to use such a large range of adjectives in your opening paragraph. Exclamation mark. Do you think you could use a subordinate conjunction in your second sentence to add more detail for the reader? Question mark. Print label. And that feedback is then printed instantly for me to stick into that child's book, ready for them to respond in the next lesson. I currently have around 500 users and I've received interest from educational distributors in the UK, in Turkey and in Sweden. I thank you very much for your time and for listening, and I welcome any questions you might have.
James, that was superb, by the way. I don't know if you pre-printed it or that was that instant.
No, that was live.
Sure about that?
Yeah, that was live. You know, I could show you. Deborah, well done today! Exclamation mark. Print label.
I don't get told well done very often. I'm going to put it right there. I'll be wearing that, thank you very much. So I'd kind of imagined that things had moved on from the red pen and the margin and the writing. So what's the marking process? Which bit of it is this making better?
So it depends on your school's policy. Some schools require you to mark all your books every day. Some schools every couple of days, and that's the thing that takes the time, getting the words on that bit of paper.
How much faster is dictation versus writing?
On average, 30 books would have taken me 2 to 3 hours, and I can honestly say I can mark 30 books in about 30 minutes, and the quality of the feedback that I'm giving is better because I haven't got the constant repetitive having to handwrite it.
Do all my questions give me any stars or anything at the end of that?
I wish I brought my stickers. I would have given you.
Very needy, Deborah.
No, I am. Yeah,
You're a bit needy.
Listen, I left school at 16. I'm making up for lost ground.
You've got 500 teachers that are using it. What do they pay you?
Currently £19.99 a month.
And how much does it cost as a package to you?
Per user, with printer, postage, packaging, server rental, about £33.
£33 in total?
Yeah.
OK, my last question is, give me the last 12 months. What's the turnover?
So sort of first year's takings was 21,000 turnover with a £12,000 gross and £8,000 net. My second year, we're looking at a turnover of 133, gross of 122 and net of 103.
OK, thank you.
No worries.
Top marks for James, whose numbers appear to be on the up and up. But Tej Lalvani is concerned about whether this is a business that he can actually protect.
I think it's pretty neat, actually. I mean, I love when technology can provide an alternative route to make things more efficient.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is that it just looks like all you've got is a printer, and what you're providing is a user interface. It's very easily copyable.
I understand that it is easily replicated, but I wanted to get out there and become the person that's doing it first. The ideas that I've got I want to bring in the ability to do data analysis from the data you're collecting. On here you can select a child and just see all the feedback that's been given to them for when you come to write your end-of-term report or give your final grade. There's a program that the majority of schools use that this could feed into, but I didn't have the programming knowledge and the understanding to get to that point.
I mean, let's be really candid. This needs a lot more work. There's 3 software programs currently in 70 or 80% of all secondary schools in this country.
Yeah.
You really do need to embrace what's existing. And if you do that, you've got a chance of actually selling your software to the very people that are installing in every school in Britain today.
Yeah.
And that would be your way in. And you could make a lot of money for yourself. But you're woefully short of where you need to get to before this is investment ready.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why, sadly, I'm going to say, James, I'm out. But I say well done and good luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Bitter disappointment for James as Peter Jones declines the deal. Will Deborah Meaden deliver a more favourable assessment?
James, you're not pretending it's a super duper high tech, amazing. You're just saying, look, I was a teacher. This saves you time.
Yeah.
And there is nobody that's going to deliver that message better than you.
Okay.
And I don't really think there's any levers that I can particularly pull that you couldn't represent better than I could.
Okay.
I think you'll make money out of it, so it's not a don't do it, it's just you don't really need my money, so I won't be investing. I'm out.
I think anything that takes paperwork off people's desks, teachers, police force, is fantastic. But I have to say, I find myself a little underwhelmed by this because I'm kind of saying to myself, well, voice recognition is not new and label printing's clearly not new. It feels all a bit clunky. I don't think one man in his kitchen is going to develop the solution that's going to take us really to the next level.
Okay.
So for that reason, I'm out.
Thank you.
James's business has failed to earn a resounding tick from either Jenny Campbell or Deborah Meaden. Will Tej Lalvani mark his efforts any more generously?
James, I like what you've done. I think it's great and it's definitely worth pursuing. But I think you need to raise a lot more money than £20,000. I think you need is about £100,000. You need to make your software a lot slicker and integrate with the school systems. Raising that extra capital is key. But as a dragon, I don't think I'll be investing today. Good luck, but I'm out.
Time is nearly up. 4 dragons have already closed their books and put down their pens. James's hopes in this particular examination now rest solely with Tuka Suleiman.
James, last pupil standing.
Yep.
So what's next? Where do you want to take this business?
I want to start getting more whole schools on board, more whole school departments on board. Start looking at chains of schools to get this into as well.
The funny thing is, I've got, one of my builders, I've got a tenant, and they've got 80 schools around the world. That's the sort of introduction you want, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, I'm fascinated by education. It sounds like you are somebody who could solve some of the problems that teachers have got, maybe lead on to problems parents have got.
Absolutely.
There's a whole sector of things.
I'm starting now to get individual teachers that have used this, and now their department wants to order 5 or 6. There's something here. There's something worth pursuing.
James, I'm going to make you an offer,
Okay.
but it's going to come at a big price
I thought you might say that.
because you're very early. It's a punt, as we call it. I'll give you all of the money but I want 50%. I want us to be 50-50 partners.
I appreciate that greatly. I can't. The time and the effort and literally 3 years of my life that I put in.
But I'm going to catapult you to a different level very quickly.
I understand that, absolutely, absolutely. But I had a ceiling in my head of where I was. If I'm being honest with you, where I was willing to go, 25%.
Okay, I'll tell you, I'm going to revise my offer, but this is it. You either accept it or you don't accept it. I'm going to give you all of the money for 35%, and when I get my money back, I'll drop it down to 30%.
I think I'd like to accept your offer.
Great!
Thank
Great.
you very much.
No, my pleasure. I think
decision.
we'll definitely put you in front of lots of schools. Yeah?
Thank you all very much for your time. Thank you. Take care.
For a long time, it looked like James's pitch was in serious trouble. But he leaves the den with £20,000 and the backing of a dragon with the contacts and cash to mentor him to business success.
If I had to mark myself, I would probably give myself maybe a 7 out of 10 and just say, yeah, you did a good job.